Football is the most popular sport in the world. But for some young males in southern Belize, football has become more than just a game. Thanks to the efforts of an organization committed to protecting the environment, football has become a mechanism for change in the conservation efforts through social innovation. The Maya Mountain Marine Corridor, considered a slice of paradise with its very diverse flora and fauna, is located in Toledo, Belize's most southern district. This corridor, which stretches from the mountains across forests, savanna, and mangroves out to the Caribbean coast, is comprised of 1 million acres of land and 1,000 square miles of sea. And it is this corridor that TIDE, the Toledo Institute for Development and Environment, is using football to preserve.
TIDE was created way back in 1997 because there was poaching of manatee right outside of Punta Gorda. And we thought that if we created a marine reserve, that we could control fishing and overfishing, and particularly poaching of manatee in the area.
Today, the non-governmental organization's efforts go beyond fishing and also include illegal logging, destructive farming methods, and other types of unsustainable development. To get their message across to the communities they serve, TIDE has discovered an innovative way to promote conservation: football. In 2004, the TIDE Freshwater Cup was created.
I know as a footballer myself that people support their teams. So if you want support for the environment, you have to get the whole team behind the conservation idea, and as a result, the community will come behind that.
All these clubs that participate in the competition, they pay a registration fee to enter the competition, as well as they do an environmental project.
When they told us about the Freshwater Cup, we thought it would have been fun. We know it's going to be hard work too, but we know that we would have fun doing something together as a team. My name is Theo Lopez. I'm a striker for Safari 109. In order for us to get in the Freshwater Cup, we check the rivers, the banks. We go see if it's clean enough for the aquatic life to live in. And we also we have a little community thing with our kids. We bring them to the farm and we teach them how to farm.
Every Saturday they take kids and bring them to the garden, but they talk to them about conservation, and they also talk to them about the importance of watershed monitoring and the importance of protecting our country's fresh water.
It's fun because, they look up to us, and it's a nice feeling to know that someone in the community looks up to you.
The environmental project has helped us prepare for our games because of the unification with each other. I'm Abner Jacobs, midfielder of the Jacintoville Football Club. It teaches us and it brings us together and as a community to be more united, and for us to work on a project, we need to show the effort and invite the other younger people to come on out and help us in supporting picking up the trash, in helping building the signs and everything, so it unites everybody.
As a result of the Freshwater Cup games, some teams have formed environmental clubs.
I got involved because I just love my village. I think it's a beautiful village. We do highway cleanups. We set up signs to encourage people to keep the environment, litter-free. We visit schools and pass on the message to the kids, the future generation, about preservation and conservation of the environment.
Having my mom working with us and being one of the leaders in the environmental club, it gives me the desire to want to do more.
We
found out that people have been clearing the land very near the riverbank, and we realized that if that trend continues, there will be soil erosion. My name is Reynaldo Ico. I play defense for the Silver Creek Football Club. So we decided that we're going to plant mahoganies and cedar trees along the river.
Planting trees, it makes you like to be special, you know, make people know that you're planting, not to just to destroy the soil, make the soil be compact and the roots of these plants can hold it there.
My name is Kusenya Chako. I'm from Silver Creek. I play with Silver Creek team. I'm very happy and proud of doing these type of things then, because it makes my name, you know, makes people know that we are not doing bad things for them. We are trying to help the environment, you know.
But it's not just adolescents and young adults who are championing their environment through football. Recently, the Freshwater Cup has been expanded to include a junior tournament for primary schools in the Toledo district. Like the senior teams, participation in the football tournament is dependent on first getting involved in a conservation-based activity. For students at Little Flower RC School, that meant turning part of their school property into a park.
We see some of the students were sitting down here when this wasn't created, and then suddenly a student just come up to me and tell me, "Sir, why don't we just create something, make something out of this?" And then he just have that energy in him, and he has that excitement in him, and he just say, "Well, let's do it." And up to now, the students are happy. They socialize a lot in the park. Meantime, they are working with the natural resources that we have here.
Football is my life. When I was a young boy, I just loved playing football. I wanted to be a football player, but here in our country, we don't get paid like that to just be a football player. We have to have a job too. I'm a worker at Machaca Hill. I work with the maintenance crew.
These are youths, and when youths are growing up, they could stray and things like that. So he's one of the guys that I kind of like try and bring under my wings, and you know, and make sure that he got a job, and that his job, that he's well disciplined, that when it comes to sports, he's one of the guys I'm looking for on Saturday nights. If he's out there, you know, hanging around and seems to be like wanting to take a drink or so, chase him home and that kind of stuff.
The curfews are like at least about 7 o'clock. We should be home. We can't drink, none at all. We just have to practice, sleep, practice, sleep. Well, if we didn't have the tournament, I guess most of us would be messing around with drugs, hanging on the street corner with friends. We wouldn't be doing something positive with our life.
The youths that doesn't play football, they still want to come out and support us, you know, even with the football and in the environmental project. It's a very good thing, you know, because it, you know, it keeps the youths, you know, doing something positive.
There are two teams, Mavericks from Elridgeville and JV United from Jacintoville. These two teams come from villages that are next to each other. Most of the members of these teams are families, they are cousins, they are related in some way or another, yet they take the football games very, very seriously, and they come out here to win.
My attitude towards conservation has changed because at first I really didn't know much about it, and now that I'm playing in Tide, we're learning every day, we're learning something.
Well, it's a lifetime change now, because even if the tournament finishes, no, it still continues because it is for our own good.
Working on the projects, on an environmental project, helps our teammate because they take that same mentality that we bring out working together. They take it back to their communities, to their homes.
The Freshwater Cup has created more consciousness, environmental awareness in communities, and so people don't only see it as a football game, but the teams see themselves as stewards of the environment.
So, you know, I mean, there's definitely like a change, and I'm glad to see a lot of young people participating and making a difference.
In 2008, the Tide Freshwater Cup won first place in the Experiences in Social Innovation contest. The award, organized by the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, with support from the Kellogg Foundation, received entries from more than 800 different projects from throughout the region.
We feel that we won the first place in that competition because of several reasons. One, we were using football, a very popular sport, to bring about environmental awareness. It's a project that can be done elsewhere quite easily. It also impacts a wide group of people, adults, youth, families on a whole.
You look at an area like, you know, like let's say these villages around here. It's clean, it's green, it's healthy. The crime rate is among the lowest in the country. I think that there is something to be said about that, and it could be a relationship between clean environment, healthy living, and socially conscious communities.